Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just before I begin, thank you once again for all the comments that we get across this channel. It's amazing, honestly. It's really, really good to see that it's helping you all. That's what I take the greater value from that I'm helping you all. You know, it's not just about people messaging me saying, oh, I made $8,000, thank you, I made $200. And I've got people messaging me saying that you've helped me look at charts and see them differently, and I'm making money in and out, and I'm seeing things. I'm paper trading. I'm actually making money on paper, so I'm going to start applying it now and things like that. And it's just a level of education and reassurance, obviously, that this channel is bringing to people, and I love that. I think it's great, giving you the skill sets and giving you the tools to sort of do this on your own. But please do stay tuned. Obviously, we really love your subscription, and you know what? If you develop a skill set, and you're getting good at TA, pop over into the Telegram group and just put stuff in there. We've got stuff in there all the time. Obviously, it's not just the projects that I'm making videos on. There's all sorts of projects out there, you know, that are evolving and that are doing well and making strides in the crypto space here. So it's all good. It's all good. We've got some really, really good people in that group. Really, really clever experts, technical analysis that are posting their content and their ideas, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to see that everyone's coming together. It's amazing. Love it. It's great. So moving on, Vechain. What can I say about Vechain? Wow, look at it. It's amazing. So strong. But what you've got to be careful of here, you don't start to form another rising wedge, because you will start to fall down and correct it. Okay, you can see just like that, you came out and you bolted up. Okay, you've got that correction off the 20 EMA there, and you've come down and you've bolted up again. That's how strong Vechain is. Very, very strong. Very, very strong on all levels. Okay, the MACD's bullish, the RSI is pushing up towards the oversold. So potentially, if it gets up to that sort of level there, just like it did there, potentially look for it to roll over a little bit. Okay, but what you're doing now, you're in price discovery, and when things are in price discovery, basically new all-time highs, it's very difficult to chart. Okay, so that's why you need it to sort of go on, march on, make that high, then roll over, and then you can, from that consolidation event where it does come back down, you know, sort of like it goes up there and comes back down and touches the EMA again. That's when it gets its base, and from that you can derive a future price prediction. So that is why at the moment we do have that price prediction, and you can see it's marching on. It's very, very, very strong. Very, very strong. But you know, the more it goes on like that, the more unhealthy it starts to look. Okay, especially on the daily. If you start to zoom out on the daily, you can see that the yellow line there. You see that yellow line? It starts to go a little bit vertical. Okay, and when it starts to go vertical, that's always indicative of a bit of a blow off top. But I do think Vechain's got a lot more room in it, definitely, to grow. I definitely think it's one of the really good sort of mid caps there that's got a lot of appreciation on it. It's a fantastic product. There's a lot of backing behind it, and a hell of a lot of people are into Vechain as well, which is a good thing. You know, it is making strides. It is a fantastic project. So effectively what you're looking at here is to get to that high, okay, would be lovely, and then roll over and sort of consolidate for a bit, and so when that time comes, then we will map a future price prediction. Because like I said to you, when things are going in price discovery, you just got to sit back, and if you're not already involved, you know, then always wait for the rollover and the retest of the EMA, okay, especially on the 4-hourly time frame here. Always wait for the EMA retest to get back in, because when you was coming up here, okay, because what happens if it rolls over, it can start correcting, okay, and effectively you could start buying in now. If you're not already in Vechain, it's not financial advice, you know, and you've got that high up there, and it might get to it, but you know what, it might not. It might roll over because it gets overbought, and no one can predict the future. All we can do is sort of lay a base and lay a prediction and resistance and support, and just sit back and hope. Okay, it's not a crystal ball, but what you want to do, in my opinion, okay, not financial advice, is always buy these. Buy here when they're holding support, okay, because people sort of buying here, right? Fair enough, buying here and it's gone up and it's made a high, but you know, you could be buying here when it's going up like now, buying here, rolls over, loses the support of the EMA and starts to correct, and you're left bag holding, okay, and that's effectively crypto 101. Do not be left bag holding, because what happens is it starts to roll over and go down and down and down. You will panic sell, okay, and then it recovers and goes back up, and then you buy back in, and then when it does it again, you're selling, and you don't do that. You buy low and sell high. So not financial advice, but this will hit a peak, okay, and I shouldn't say advice, but I personally, I'll be sort of taking profit, because that's what I do. You take profit unless you're holding for the future, yeah, but in the meantime, these are really highly tradable events. Okay, the breakout, ride it to the top, sell it, back test of support on the EMAs, buy it, ride it to the top, sell it, back test of support on the EMAs, buy it. It really is as simple as that. Okay, so at the minute, Vechain looking really strong, looking really good for continuation there. But like I said to you, you just look at previous patterns, look how sharply that went up. Okay, you may start to form another sort of rising wedge, and then you're going to have a little bit of a breakdown target. You will have a bit of a breakdown target. Like here, it goes up and it comes back down, and what it does, it rests on the previous high. Do you see that? So it goes up, comes back down, rests on the previous high, goes up, comes back down. Fell a little bit lower than the previous high, but that went up. Look at that, fell on the previous high. So what you're potentially looking now is, if you're not in Vechain right now, you could potentially see that high and it roll back down and test this previous high round about here. So personally, you know, if you're not in Vechain, that would be a pretty decent area to sort of get back involved, as it does push up. Okay, pushes up, rolls over and comes back down and tests the previous high before it marches on again. And from that, when it does do that, rolls over and comes back down and sits on the previous high as a swing low, just like it has there. Okay, roughly, if you look, so it's sort of gone up there like that in that rising wedge, come back down, it rests on the previous high. Do you see that? So now you're looking at this to sort of march on up there and come back down and rest on this previous high in waveforms. Okay, and these are really good buy zones if they hold support. Okay, so that's basically it. But yeah, always sell the swing highs. You got that price target up there. Hopefully it gets to that today or at some point, because Vechain is a thing of beauty. It's absolutely flying. So it's just some little bit of technical analysis on Vechain, nothing too deep. Again, you've got this level of support right now. I will drop this in for you. We were anticipating, if you didn't make the high, okay, you are going to make a double M top pattern. At the moment, you can see it's not. It's just marching forward. It's melting faces, basically. So what you've got to do right now, I'm going to drop that in now as a level of support for you. I'm going to take this fib out. Let's tidy the chart up, because I'll always lay down support for you, okay? So you've got this support now. At the moment, that is a fantastic support zone, which is the previous swing high, because what you're potentially looking at now is Vechain forming this next impulsive wave to that high, coming back down and resting on this previous high as support, and that's that high there. So effectively what you're going to do is get this EMA come up like that and creep on it. But not financial advice, you know. I'm not telling you to buy in now and ride this pump up to there, because that might not happen as well. You might just get a sort of a little bit of an impulsive wave, okay, a smaller one that just sort of goes up and rolls over. But for me, that's a critical level of support right now in this entire move. You don't want to see Vechain losing that level of support right there at 0.1198. That's a bit of a base at the moment for Vechain. So from here right now to that high, you're looking at a whopping 13 to 14% trade right there. Okay, but then if you waited and for it to come back down and rest on a previous high as a swing low, you know, to get back to its previous high, you're looking at an 18% trade there. Or when it gets to that point there, you know, you go short. When it hits that, you go short because it'll come back down. And that's a 14% short trade right there on Vechain. Because that's what it does. It goes up, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low. And they're all really tradable events, okay? So far, so good. It's looking really strong for Vechain. Really strong. It's marching on towards our price target just there. Take care, everyone. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye-bye.